Welcome to Fazza Poetry World, where hearts turn into poetry. Listen, there is something I need to tell you. Something that is not small, not ordinary, not something people say lightly. Dad and we are coming to your house. And no, this is not one of those casual visits people make when they have nothing else to do. We are not coming to pass time. We are not coming just to sit, smile, and leave. This means something. Because in our world, in our family, we don't walk to someone's door unless our hearts have already walked there first. So before your thoughts start racing, before you look around your room and think, is everything perfect? Before you wonder what to wear, how to sit, how to speak, stop. Just stop for a moment. Because this visit is not about perfection. It's not about clean floors, or neatly arranged shelves, or flowers placed carefully on a table. As if beauty lives in decoration. No. This visit is about something far deeper. It's about you. You see, there's something you don't know. I have spoken about you, more times than you can imagine. Not loudly. Not in front of everyone. But in quiet moments, in those late nights. When the world slows down. And truth becomes easier to say. I have said your name. In conversations that mattered. And every time I spoke about you, he listened. Not like people usually listen. Not half-hearted, not distracted. But with stillness. With attention. With memory. My father, he's not a man of many words. He doesn't react quickly. He doesn't trust easily. He doesn't get impressed by stories or emotions. He is calm. Measured. The kind of man who carries everything inside. And shows almost nothing outside. If I mention someone once, he forgets. If I talk without weight, he lets it pass. But when my voice changes, when there is something real behind my words, he remembers everything. And with you, he remembered. He remembered how I told him that when I was breaking, you didn't walk away. When it would have been easier to leave, you stayed. When I had nothing to offer, no strength, no answers, no certainty, you didn't ask for anything in return. You just stood beside me. Quietly. Steadily. Like you belonged there. He remembered the way I once said, she never made me feel small. And that stayed with him. Because he knows how rare that is. Do you know what kind of impact that leaves on a father to hear that someone made his son feel safe? Without asking for credit, that someone held him together. Without needing applause, that is not something he ignores. And then one evening, without warning, he said something. We were sitting there, the TV making soft noise in the background, the kind of silence that feels normal between us. And suddenly, he looked at me and said, I think it's time, we go meet her properly. Not casually. Not lightly. Properly. In that moment, I knew. This wasn't just curiosity. This was respect. Because my father, he doesn't move toward people. He observes. He waits. He protects, even with me. Then he asks something simple, but heavy. She is the one you trust the most, right? And I didn't think. I didn't hesitate. Because some answers don't need time. They just exist. Yes. And he saw it in my eyes. Before I even finished the word. He stayed quiet for a moment, then said something that changed everything. Then I need to meet her, where she is herself. Not in a restaurant. Not in a crowded place. Not in a setting where people wear masks. But in your world. Your space. Your truth. Because he believes something I have come to understand because of him. You don't truly know a person until you see how they live. When no one is watching. He says, a person's space is not about walls or furniture. It's about energy. About how it feels. When you walk inside. Does it feel warm, or distant? Does it feel real, or performed? Does it feel like home, or like a stage? And when he said that, I smiled. Because I already know what he will feel when he steps inside your world. I have seen it. In the smallest things. The way you move through chaos. Without becoming chaotic. The way your presence calms a room. Without you even trying. The way people breathe easier. Around you. The way you make someone feel seen, without asking them to explain themselves. That kind of presence cannot be faked. And that is exactly what I want him to see. Not just your kindness. Not just your beauty. But your strength. Your quiet strength. The kind that doesn't announce itself. The kind that doesn't need recognition. The kind that simply exists. Listen carefully, this visit is not a test. You are not being judged. There is nothing you need to prove. This is a confirmation. A soft, unspoken step forward. Because when my father says, let's go see, it means something has already been decided. Inside him. And strangely, I am not nervous. Not even a little. Because I know you. Not the version the world sees. But the real you. The one who doesn't pretend. The one who doesn't perform. The one who is simply true. And truth like that doesn't need preparation. The night before we come, I know I won't sleep much. Not because I'm afraid. But because there will be a strange peace in my chest. A realization that this moment, is bigger than just you and me. It's not just two people anymore. It's roots, meeting branches. It's where I come from. Meeting what I chose. It's my foundation. Meeting my peace. And the next morning, something unexpected will happen. He will speak again. Because that's what he does. When something truly matters, he will sit down, look at me, and say, I have seen you with many people. And he's right. Some made you smile, for a while. Some taught you lessons, the hard way. Then he will pause, and say, but this one brought you peace. And in his world, that is everything. Because peace is rare. Real peace is even rarer. That's when I realized he had been watching all along. Not interfering. Not questioning. Just observing. He saw the way my voice changed when I spoke about you. The calm in my tone. The stillness in my thoughts. He saw that I stopped running. And now, he is not coming to test you. He is coming to meet you. The one who made his son, finally feel still. But understand this visit is not one-sided. It's not just about him understanding you. It's also about you, being welcomed into something deeper. Into us. Into where I come from. Into the roots that built me. Because you never demanded space in my life. You never forced your way in. You simply existed with grace. And somehow, you became everything. So now, it's time for you to be fully seen. Fully welcomed. Fully known. So when the doorbell rings, and you open the door, and you see us standing there, don't be nervous. Don't overthink. Don't try to become someone else. Because we are not coming for perfection. We are coming for truth. And the truth is simple. You already belong. You already became part of my story. Long before this moment. And now, it's time for my past. To step into my present. And quietly say, yes, she is the one. Because when we step into your home, we are not just entering a house. We are stepping into your world. Into your heart. And the most beautiful part, we are not searching for a place there. We already know, we are home. And when that door finally opens, there will be a moment. Small to the world, but endless to me. A moment where time will slow down, where silence will speak louder than words, where eyes will meet. And hearts will recognize something, already known. You might think it's just a greeting. Just a simple come in. But no, it will be something deeper. Because in that single moment, two worlds will quietly touch. Yours, and mine. He will look at you. Not in a way that judges. Not in a way that searches for flaws. But in a way that understands. My Father doesn't look at faces. He looks at presence. He listens to things that are never spoken. The way your voice carries calm, the way your eyes hold truth, the way your silence feels safe. And you might not notice it, but He will. He will notice everything. The way you welcome us. Not as guests, but as people who matter. The way your space feels. Not perfect, but real. And in that quiet observation, something will settle inside him. Something certain. We will sit. Maybe talk about simple things at first. The kind of conversations people use to warm the air. But beneath those words, there will be something else happening. A quiet understanding being built. A bridge, forming without noise. Because this is not about impressing him. It's about letting him feel what I have always felt with you. That peace, that rare, unexplainable peace. That cannot be acted, cannot be forced, cannot be faked. And maybe, there will be a moment when he looks at me. Just for a second. No words. No expression. But I will understand. Because I've spent my whole life learning the language of his silence. And in that one glance, he will say everything. I see it. I understand. I trust this. Do you know what that means for me? It means everything. Because this is the man who taught me to be careful with my heart. The man who showed me that not everything that feels good is right. The man who built my understanding of love. Not through words, but through discipline, through patience, through truth. And if he sees you, and finds peace in what he sees, then I know, I chose right. After we leave, after the door closes behind us, there will be another silence. A different one. He won't speak immediately. He never does. He will let the moment settle. Let his thoughts find their place. And then, maybe in the car, or maybe later that night, he will say something simple. Something small. But something that will stay with me forever. She's real. Or maybe she has a good heart. Or maybe nothing more than a quiet nod. But with him, that is enough. That is everything. And I will sit there, not surprised. Because I already knew. I knew it the first time you stayed. When leaving was easier. I knew it the first time. You chose understanding over ego. I knew it the first time. Your presence felt like home. Instead of something temporary. This moment, this visit, it's not the beginning of something. It's the acknowledgement of something that already exists. Something that has already grown. In silence, in patience, in truth. You didn't force your way into my life. You didn't demand a place. You didn't try to become important. You just became it. Naturally. Quietly. Honestly. And now, the people who built me, the roots that made me who I am, are coming to meet the person who made me feel complete. So don't worry about the small things. Don't stress about how everything looks. Don't try to be perfect. Because perfection is not what brought us here. Truth did. Your truth. And that is more than enough. Because when all of this is over, when time moves forward, and this day becomes a memory, we won't remember what was on the table, or how the room looked, or what words were said perfectly. We will remember a feeling. A quiet, certain feeling that says, "This is right." And maybe one day, we will look back at this moment and smile. Not because it was big or loud, but because it was real. Because it was the day. Two paths didn't just cross. They chose to stay together. So when you hear that knock, don't see it as pressure. Don't see it as expectation. See it for what it truly is. A step. A meaningful, quiet, beautiful step towards something lasting. Because when Dad and I walk through your door, we are not just visiting. We are not just meeting you. We are not just sharing a moment. We are stepping into a future, one that already has your name written in it. And without saying it out loud, without making it heavy, without turning it into something dramatic, this moment will whisper one truth. You were never temporary. You were always meant to stay.